Hello and welcome back everyone. Today I'm going to try to help you to choose right between A50 and A60. These phones are a different price category. Let's say A50, it's around 250 to 300 pounds at the moment, and A60 is just under 200 pounds at this moment. I don't know what's the difference on these prices, but probably it's this one. The A50 is coming with an AMOLED display, and A60 just with PLS TFT capacitive touchscreen. The size of the screen for both of the phones are the same, 6.3 inch A60 and A50, and the screen to body ratio is 84.9%, so it's quite the same for both of the phones. But what we can see right here is that A50, it's a bit taller than A60. Okay, what else we got on these phones? Okay, let's do it side by side. On the bottom we got an USB Type-C for both of the phones. On A50 we got the jack audio, so we're not gonna find the jack audio on A60, so we're gonna listen music through this port, the USB Type-C. Also we got the mono speakers port, and on the left side we got the SIM tray. So both of the phones are dual SIM, or you can add a SIM plus a micro SD card up to 1 terabyte. On the right side we got the volume button and the power button. On the back, it's beautiful back for both of the phones. I like the blue on A50, but look at on A60 also. You got this black bluish color. And what we're gonna find on the back, on A50, on A60 we got the fingerprint on the back. It's not the fastest fingerprint, it's quite up a bit, so yeah, it's working. And on the other side we got the fingerprint in the screen for A50, which I said before is not the fastest fingerprint that I've seen on the phone. I think it should be better. Even after second update is not that fast. Okay, we got the triple camera, and on A50 we got a 25 megapixel primary camera plus an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera and 5 megapixel the deep camera. And on A60 we got a 32 megapixel primary camera plus 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 5 megapixel deep camera. And I will say this, the only difference between that triple camera from these phones, if we're going on the settings, you can see on A50 the maximum resolution recording, it's on full HD 30 frames per second, and that's it. On the other side, on A60 we got Ultra HD, we got full HD at 60 frames per second and full HD at 30 frames per second. So I think it's a major improvement for A60 that is got Ultra HD on this price. I mean, with probably 50 to 100 pounds less than A50. So yeah, it's a big like for A60 at this moment for this camera. But let's move on the front camera, and the only difference is that A50 is coming with a 25 megapixel camera and A60 just 16 megapixel camera. I think this is the main difference, and I think A50 camera it's better than A60, so it's 25 against 16 megapixel. But on the back, which probably I'm gonna record more videos and I'm gonna do more pictures, yeah, I think A60 can be better than A50. So yeah, you have to choose between this. It's all about prices and specifications. Moving on the hardware, I just have to say both of the phones are coming with Android 9 Pie, and now we got the Snapdragon 675 on A60 on 11 nanometers, and on A50 we got an Exynos 9610 on 10 nanometers. So they are quite the same, and would be interesting to see a speed test against these two phones. And I'm gonna do one in the next following days, and to see which one is opening the apps and the games faster than the other one. We're gonna do an internet speed test, and we're gonna do an Antutu benchmark test to see which one is getting more points than the other one. Also, both of the phones support fast charging on 15 watts, but A50 is coming with a 4000 mAh battery and A60 with 3500 mAh battery. The only problem with the A50 is that I still receive warnings on the phone about the camera and about the battery. It's telling me that I'm using the phone too much, so I should stop at the moment. Going quick through the settings, we go the same menu. I can say that A60, let's put the brightness. So let's have a look if it's more. Come on, A50, what's wrong with you? Okay, see which one is more bright than the other one. So I don't know the brightness, which one is better. I wouldn't say which one. I cannot say it at this moment. In my opinion, the A60 looks a little bit bright than A50, but this one is coming with an AMOLED screen, so probably you're gonna see all the videos on YouTube, movies, much better than on A60, but it's not that a problem. Let's move back on the settings. We got the same settings, we got the same menu on both of the phones. Let's move on display. We got the night mode on both phones, screen mode. We don't have a screen mode on A60. We got full screen apps on A60 right here, and we got screen apps for A50 on the other side. Seems to be quite the same. Navigation bar, home screen. We got easy mode. Yeah, it's all where it should be. Display, wallpapers, lock screen, biometrics and security. We got face recognition on both of the phones, and I just have to say that A60 is fast, and it's fast enough. Google Play, we got Samsung Pass on this one, and I cannot see Samsung Pass on the other one. This is a version from China, but it's got the global ROM, so it should be not a problem to run all the apps, all the games from the Play Store. Also, we got digital well-being, both of the phones, no problem. So they're gonna tell us how much do we use the apps. I just have to say that on software update, they're pretty good. Samsung is quite good. We still receive the updates quite fast, and I just received an update on A60 once I open the phone with a few improvements. The menu, the shortcut menu, and I'm going to tell you what's interesting here. They got the same menu, but A60 is coming with the capture screen and the record screen, so you can record and take a screenshot so easy, instead of A50, which doesn't came with these shortcuts or doesn't came on this short menu. And let's see what else we got. We got NFC on both phones. We got sync, Dolby Atmos, night mode on both phones, Bixby, and we got Hongbo accelerator, which I don't know what is it, and nothing else on the A50. Let's move on. A60, power key for Bixby and navigation bar. So yeah, these are A50 and A60, two interesting phones. We got this little drop notch right here and the punch hole notch, and I quite like the design of A60. They are not heavy, they got the same weight, 160 grams, 166 grams, and they are not quite thick. They go just 7.7, 7.8 millimeters. Interesting, nice. They are looking quite beautiful. Two beautiful phones and two different type of prices, and I like it. And it would be interesting to see if the camera is better on the A60 than on A50. So if it would be after me to choose one of these phones, I got lots of problems with the A50 about connectivity, about crashing camera, battery management. At this moment I haven't worked too much on the A60, so I cannot say anything, but at this moment I'll choose A60 because of the price. It doesn't matter too much because it's not coming with an AMOLED screen, so yeah, I will choose A60 because of the price and the specification and that camera which can record on 4K, which is pretty good. So thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you on the next video where we're gonna do a speed test between these two phones. So stay tuned and turn the notification on, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon. Thank you guys.